If you're broke, have no savings, and think retirement is impossible, what if I told you that you still can retire, just not where you think? Most people believe retirement is a number, 65, 67, or 70. But in reality, retirement isn't about age. It's about cost of living and freedom of time. If you're broke, stuck in an expensive country like the US, UK, or Canada, it's not your fault. The system was never designed for you to escape. You were meant to work, pay taxes, rent forever, and die tired. But what if you flipped the system? What if instead of chasing money, you moved somewhere where money barely matters? That's not a fancy. It's what thousands of broke retirees are doing right now across Asia, Latin America, and Eastern Europe. The lies we've been sold about retirement. We were told, you need $1 million to retire comfortably. You can't survive without a pension. You're too old to start over. But the truth is, millions of people live beautiful, peaceful retirements without those things, because in places like Vietnam, Mexico, or the Philippines, your monthly pension of $800 to $1,000 can stretch further than $4,000 would back home. Retirement isn't about the number in your bank. It's about the number on your monthly expenses. What to do if you're broke and near retirement? Step 1, stop panicking. You're not alone. There are millions of late boomers, Gen Xers, and even millennials who realize we can't retire in our home country. But here's the secret. You can retire early by relocating strategically. You can move to a country with lower living costs, house sit or work part-time online, or even move somewhere that pays you to live there. Yes, those programs are real. Some towns in Italy, Japan, and Spain are literally paying newcomers to move in, start small businesses, or revive dying villages. Why? Because these towns are dying. Young people left. Birth rates collapsed. They need fresh blood, people like you, to revive the economy. That's why governments are offering land, housing, and even cash to those willing to start over. Imagine that. You spent decades renting in your home country, and now you could own a house for free in a quiet, beautiful place. The cheapest places to retire comfortably. Let's break down where you can retire for less, even if you think you can't. Vietnam. A one-bedroom apartment in Da Nang or Nha Trang, $250 to $350 a month. Street food, $2 a meal. Friendly people, fast internet, tropical beaches. Expats say $800 per month gives you a middle-class life. The Philippines. English-speaking, tropical, and warm. Rent in Dumaguete or Iloilo, $250 a month. A cup of coffee? 50 cents. Your pension suddenly goes 3 to 4 times further. Mexico. Places like Mérida, Oaxaca, or Puerto Vallarta are safe, affordable, and vibrant. $1,000 to $1,200 a month gives you a comfortable lifestyle with healthcare that costs 1/10 of the U.S. Ecuador. Mild climate, mountain views, $2 lunches, and expat-friendly visas. Many retirees live on less than $900 a month. Portugal. Western Europe's hidden gem. You can live in small towns for $800 to $1,000 a month with healthcare, safety, and community.
The secret of geographic arbitrage. The rich use tax havens. The smart use cost of living havens. Geographic arbitrage means earning or saving in one currency and spending in a cheaper one. If you have even a small pension, Social Security, or remote income, you can live like royalty in many developing nations. In the West, $1,000 is barely rent. In Southeast Asia or Latin America, it's freedom. The ideal age to retire. It's not what you think. Forget the number. The perfect age to retire is the moment your health and freedom overlap. Some retire at 45, others at 75. But here's the truth. It's not about age, it's about timing. If you're broke but healthy, it's not too late. If you're tired but willing to adapt, you can still live free. It's about mindset. Retirement isn't the end of life, it's the start of living differently. The hidden costs of staying. Every year you stay in a high-cost country, you lose thousands. Rent, healthcare, groceries, utilities, they eat your soul. But when you move abroad, you regain control. You don't need to be rich. You just need to change your geography. In fact, the cost of staying where you are, emotionally and financially, might be the real price you can't afford. Free houses and incentive programs. Japan's IKEA program, abandoned homes for $0 to $10,000. Italy's €1 house program, homes for €1 with renovation grants. Spain's rural revitalization grants. Some towns offer free housing plus small stipends. Switzerland's Albinon program, up to $25,000 for families moving in. Tulsa Remote, USA, $10,000 for remote workers to move there. Each program has rules, but they all share one idea. They pay you to live a simpler, slower, more fulfilling life. Building a retirement plan with zero savings. Here's how you do it, step by step. 1. Downsize immediately. Sell clutter, rent smaller, reduce bills. 2. Research low-cost countries. Start with Southeast Asia, Eastern Europe, and Latin America. 3. Get a small income source. Remote work, Social Security, small pension, or side hustle. 4. Use visa programs for retirees. Thailand, Malaysia, and the Philippines all have retirement visas. 5. Test live for 3 months abroad. Try renting before you commit. You don't need perfection. You just need momentum. Mindset shift from scarcity to freedom. You've spent your life thinking, I don't have enough. But what if you already do, just not in the right country? Most people overestimate how much money they need and underestimate how much peace they could buy abroad. Freedom isn't about luxury. It's about waking up without fear of the next bill. The simplest retirement formula. Retirement equals passive income plus smart location times mindset. You don't need millions. You need a map and courage. The new retirement. If you're broke and scared, don't give up. The truth is, you're not too late. You're just early to a different kind of retirement. A retirement built not on wealth, but on choice. So the question isn't, can I afford to retire? It's, can I afford to stay where I am? Because somewhere out there, in a small town in Asia, in a mountain village in Europe, or on a beach in Latin America, there's a life waiting for you that costs less, but gives more. Retirement isn't an ending. It's the beginning of your freedom.